Hey, Beady Besties. Happy Wednesday. It's your girl Call here. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. We are in the middle of the week. So I hope you've had a chance to celebrate yourself a little bit this week, whether it was, maybe taking a long drive home or eating a piece of cake or just giving yourself an extra 15 minutes to sleep in. I mean, something, girls. You got to do something for yourself. And I hope that you've been doing that. Anyway, let's get into today's word, shall we? You can. End of story. Period.com. You know what I'm saying, friends? Check that box. You know why? Because you absolutely can. Check that box, my friend. Yes, you can. All right, my loves. So today what we have for you, because every so often here at Collie Marie Designs, I like to do a little something classy. Okay, I like to make a little bourgeois jewelry, and that's what I did last night. So I made a lovely bourgeois fancy statement pair of earrings, my friends. She is a statement. I think it's a statement. You might not think she's a statement. With the GGC Opalite Accents bag. So without further ado, let me bring her in. And guys, here she is. Ooh, yeah. Look at that's an earring. Now, my friends, that is quite the earring. Let me bring in our beady mat. Let's get beady with it. I did that to get the cat hair off subtly. Oh, so subtly. I don't know if I was very subtle. But let's take a look at this earring. So, guys, don't be afraid because there is a lot happening here. And don't be afraid of the ingredient list because, sometimes we can make earrings with 2 or 3 beads. And then sometimes, like an example, we use all the beads. So we've kind of used a lot of beads for this one, but sometimes you can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs. Okay, that's what they say. So, so beautiful. Now, guys, if you didn't get the Opalite bag, the GGC bag, I'm sure you have beads in your stash. Get using them stash beads, my friend. Get using them stash beads. You can make this earring. So I also want to bring in another earring because this was kind of a little bit of my inspiration. I did this earring for Gemstone Orphanage. This guy has a little dangle up top. I didn't put a dangle on this one, but you could if you wanted. And it kind of gave me the inspiration. And also I was peeping on Pinterest, my friends, because Pinterest has a lot of good inspiration ideas. And I saw something similar and I said, you know what, that's a great idea. Let's make this earring. So yeah. So what you will need for this baby, I'm going to put her off to the side so we can still look at her as we're making. You're going to need you're going to need a lot of stuff, my friends. Okay. You're going to need a lot of stuff. It's okay. Don't be scared. Don't be scared because sometimes to make beautiful things, you need a lot of stuff. I don't know what to say. So you're definitely going to need some chain. Now, this is, I just want to show you, this is a really small link Rollo chain. And I think this kind of chain works best, in just my opinion, just because the links are, they're round and they're also, symmetrical, right? They're all the same size and they're all the same shape, which I think really helps this kind of design to keep everything in place. And it kind of, to me, when you use a nice chain like this, it almost adds to the design and as a component, like a design element in itself and not just a component. That's just my opinion. I think it's a beautiful chain to use for this, but you can use whatever chain you want. That's fine. So you will need, for this earring, if you want to make it like I did, you will need 4 1-inch pieces. This is approximately a 1-inch piece. Yes, my friends, I will tell you, this project, it's not hard by any means, but it is a little finicky, and it is just a little bit tedious. Okay. I personally, for whatever reason, I personally enjoy tedious jewelry making. I don't know why. But I like to kind of sit in my zone and zone out and just do tedious things. And I'm not sure why. I don't like teaching tedious jewelry making, but here we are. I also apparently like to challenge myself. All right, so let me just separate this stuff out real quick, and then I will show you all exactly what you need. I have done some things and some stuff in advance, as I do, for time constraint purposes. Okay, so I do have some little guys already made up here for us. I'm just putting them in their little piles. And then we also have a lot of stuff. I left a lot of stuff for us to do, my friends. If you were scared that we weren't going to have stuff to do, look at all we got a lot of stuff to do. All right. So basically what we're going to need for this project is you're going to need 2 of these were the 12mm Opalite rounds that were in the bag. Look how they glow in my hand. But guys, like I said, if you didn't get this bag, you can use any 12mm round. You can use a 14 or a 15. You can also use a 10. I probably wouldn't use smaller than a 10 unless you're going to use really tiny beads. You're going to need 20 of these. These were not in the GGC bag. These are from my stash. So these are like a teal, very light tealish colored 4mm fire polish. I brought these in because I really wanted to use these discs, and I thought these discs, oh my god, this almost got really bad. I thought these discs were a beautiful color, and I thought this was a very complimentary color because it's a little bit lighter, but in the same family, but a little bit lighter, so I thought that these would really stand out and pop. Now, my problem with, because there are plenty of beads in this bag, why did I bring beads from my stash in, you ask? Well, because there wasn't I wanted this perfect color of light teal to go with these. And there was just no beads in there that really kind of matched that for me, guys. But I will tell you, I also thought about the emerald cubes. I thought about doing the emerald cubes and then doing those the bigger cubes on the diagonal cut. I thought about doing those as a drop. So guys, if you do this earring and you use those beads, will you just please tag me in your picture so I can see it? Because I would love to see what that looks like. I was going to do the alternate, the opalite and the green cubes, or just all the green cubes. I thought would have been super gorgeous, right? And just this guy being the only opalite. And I kind of want to make them now, but so hopefully one of you make those. But you're going to need, where were we at? You're going to need 20 of those. These little 4mm opalites, you're going to need 16 of those. Okay. 4 pieces of chain. We got that. You're going to need 10 eye pins. You're going to need, guys, don't be afraid of this, but you're going to need 30 head pins. I know that's a lot. 4 3mm spacers. And that's completely your choice. We'll talk about that in a second. You're going to need 2 ear wires. You're going to need all 6 of these teal discs that were in the box, or whatever kind of drop you want. We're also going to need 2 4mm jump rings and 2 6mm jump rings. All right. So, yeah, you can use, what were we going to talk about? Oh, the spacers. So I've gone with these little spacers, guys. You don't have to use spacers, or you can use bead caps. I actually, believe it or not, did try this with bead caps, and it wasn't terrible. I didn't hate it. You guys know I don't love bead caps, but I didn't hate it. It looked cute. I just like the spacers a little bit better. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to start out. Now, I know, let me see. Okay, these are for my chain up at the top. We are putting the guys on the eye pins. They're going to be at the top portion of the chain, so I'm just seeing how many I have to make. Okay, so these are my dangles. So apparently I have to make and then these are for our dangles. Okay, so we are, guys, I'm going to do my conservation tip here too. So what we're doing is, this is what I like to do when I do earrings like this with a lot of stuff. I'll do each component, like I'll do all my dangles, and then I'll put I do it in steps, as probably most of you do as well. I mean, I don't imagine anybody just snaps their finger and it comes together. I'm pretty sure you all have steps as well. I'm just making sure this is closed. So we're going to do our eye pin, guys. So basically we are and I'm using copper, as you can see. It was silver in the bag, but guys, you know, I'm crazy for copper. Crazy call for copper. Yes, indeed, guys. I'm just going to make simple loops here. So and we are going in the same direction for now. This one is going to go opposite directions. One is going to go this way, one is going to go that way. But if you're like me and it's just easier for you to make them in the one direction and then fix them, you can do that. Oh, tools, guys, I'm sorry. You're going to need some pliers. We've got a set of pliers here. You're going to need round nose pliers. And you're going to need cutters. And guys, if you have one of these really help straightening out some of these head pins, but I've already straightened out all my head pins. already, which was, this was quite the task, because I'm going to move you over because I felt like my boob just like flashed in there. But it was quite the task because these, these head pins were all sclerosed up, if you will. All right, I'm going to save that little scrap because that is going to be big enough for me to make another eye pin. Okay. So we're just going to go here. I do this little pre-roll, then I'll come here and I'll just roll this up. Then I will come in with my little baby pliers. And then I will just go ahead and fix that neck. So then we have this guy. And that's what she looks like. And I am going to actually, since we talked about it already, and then you bring in my other pliers here. And so if you want your stuff to go straight, of course you would fix it this way. But I actually want one to face the opposite way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my one hand and I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to make my pliers cross, right? And then that will give me one that's going this way and one that's going that way. And for the top part, that's what we want. Because then it'll make everything hang better. But then the rest we want all to go in the same direction. So then we have this one. So let's go ahead and fashion us this little, let me just flush this out. Right. So I just have this little scrap. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it about where I want that loop to be, how big I want it to be. And then I'm just going to keep rolling and it's going to make this funny little P shape. And then I am going to bring up, you could also do it another way where I can show you in a second. And then I'll just break the little neck and then I'll just come in here, fix it all up. And there's our eye pin. You could also, you know, take your 1/4 of an inch where you would normally cut and bend. You can bend that down like that. And then you can do it this way. I might have made that. This is going to be a big eye pin. You can also do it this way, right? Come in, break the neck. I don't do that way very well, as you can see. Never mind. This is why I don't do them like that, because I did it the way I did it. I think Space Pickle does them that, and she does them perfect that way. Me, not so much. I do them a certain way, and that's just the way we make them. Okay, I was trying to see if I could do it the other way, but I failed miserably. So anyway, here we go with our little baby eye pin. And we're going to stick our Opalite on there, closely, and we got plenty of room. Now I'm just going to take my pliers, and again, we want this one to go in the same direction. Okay, so I'm just going to bend that down and chomp down. I'm not creating any space for wraps. We're not wrapping on this one. And then, like I said, I cut about 1/4 of an inch or so. Right? And then we go ahead and roll this up. Okay, and then I will come in. That's a funny looking shape. Not too bad. Just needs minor adjustments sometimes. Okay. There we go. Beautiful, darling, beautiful. And then, just like I said, make sure these are going in the same way. And they clearly are, but we're just gonna, there we go. Okay, so these are gonna be done. These are for our top portion. Let's make this together. See, this is how I like to do. I like to make all my little pieces, obviously. Also, when I'm doing something like this, I do like a little production line where I will put all of my, like all these little dangles, I'll put them all in the eye pins, and then I'll go and line them up, and then I'll take them, bend them down, go down the row, bend them down, and then I'll cut them and roll them. And then, so it's kind of like a production line type thing. That's what I like to do. So I'm going to take one of these head pins, and these are ball head pins, and I'm just going to stack. Just going to stack those because I love the way they look together. They're so pretty. And it's an odd looking, like usually you will see like teardrops, or you'll see like, you could hang a heart here. Well, I don't know. Them hearts are kind of chunky. That'd be a real big earring, but I don't judge. But I thought this was just an interesting look, right? I thought that was an interesting look. So that's what we're going to do. Now this one, we are going to do a wrapped loop. So I'm going to come in here, and I think I did 3 wraps on that one. That's usually my wrap of choice is 3. I will come in now, instead of chomping down on the pliers, I will take the wire and I will actually bend that over the plier. So now I've created space that I can come in here and now put wraps in. You don't need a really huge loop. Okay. Spinning our pliers around sometimes. Sometimes it's effortless and sometimes it's a struggle. Okay, I am going to change hands, and I'm actually going to bring my pliers in here for this one. I'm not going to finger wrap it because this is a little bit of a thinner wire, and sometimes when it's a thinner wire, I feel like it just wraps better with the tool. Okay. Make sure that is centered. We're going to come in. Where are you? There you are. And just do small wraps, like one wrap. Bring our wire back. There we go. Do another wrap. And another wrap. Okay, so we've got 3 perfect, beautiful wraps in there. Well, I don't know if they were perfect, but they look pretty good. They look pretty good. Okay. Then we're just going to go and cut those. Okay. And then we're going to very carefully, and I mean very carefully, because we only got 6 crystals in this box, and I don't have any other crystals in my stash that look like that guy. So be very careful not to crack anything, okay? And there we go. There is our, well, you know, it wasn't really that perfect of a wrap, was it? It's kind of crappy looking. I might want to redo that one. I think that was not a win. I'm sorry, guys. Well, you get to see it again. Maybe I'll try finger wrapping this time. I don't know, but that's why I brought over some extra head pins, just in case. I didn't like the way that looked. I'm a much better wire wrapper than that. So I might go a little faster on this one. I don't know. Maybe it was because I slowed it down too much. I'm not sure. But let me go ahead. Let's make that bend. We're going to go about there. Bending that wire over. Bringing in these pliers. We're going to put about there. Right. Spinning that around. Bringing that over. Switching up hands. And now we're going to center. Let me just finger wrap it. See how that goes. That'll probably look better. It's just harder on my fingers. But I guess it's worth it in the end, because that looks to be a much better wrap. I'm happier with that. That one's not perfect either. I think it's this wire. It's a little rigid. Okay. And we're just going to go ahead and see that guy. I could probably cut him off, but I'm actually going to tuck him in because it looked a little naked at the bottom. So we're just going to tuck him in instead of cutting that little piece off. So this way it'll fill that little gap in. Okay, that's much better. All right, my friends, there she goes. Now we are going to do some simple loops. I hope look, I used that. I didn't have enough head pins. Now I gotta go get another head pin. See? Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, I'm gonna leave it record because I got them right here. Oh friends, remember I showed you this I got at the Dollar Tree? I went back to the Dollar Tree the other day. I was out with Joni for lunch yesterday, as a matter of fact. And did I not put them back in here? Oh my god, I didn't. And and I bought 4 more of those for various other things. So yeah, I'm just gonna pull one of these out of here. Okay. This is what I'm talking about, the osteoporosis club. I'm just going to go ahead, and what I like to do is I'll just take these pliers, because they have little grippy teeth on them, and I'll just straighten this out. Right, just straighten that head pin. See how that stuff come? I think it's these head pins. It's like a really, I don't know if it's old. It's not quite rusty, but I feel like that could have also been, look how bad these are getting. Look at my nylon jaw pliers. Those are a sin. Oh well. I like to keep things. I'm not a person that likes to change a lot, okay? All right, so we're going to come in here and we're just making simple loops. But guys, find the hole first. But guys, do yourself a favor and don't make really small loops, because if you make small loops, you're really going to get aggravated putting this together. I'm just being honest. So I'm just going to go ahead, bend that down, and actually I'll show you kind of what I do my production lines. Like I said, I'll go ahead and I'll load up all of my beads. When I'm doing something like this, I'll load up all my beads, and then I will go ahead And then I will do this part. All right, I've been chomp them all down, creating that bend. You can also, this is a thin enough wire that I could also push it over, but I enjoy using my tools. Makes me feel better about myself. All right, so see how we kind of create, now we can come in with our cutters. Sorry about that, I just moved my light. I have to get some new lights, I feel like. All right, and we're gonna cut this to about 1/4 of an inch. Maybe right there, maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm gonna save that for my scrap pile. And then we're just gonna roll. We're just gonna roll. Okay. And you definitely want to make sure, even though we are going to be opening these up, you want to make sure that you're closing them. So this way we know that they close, right? So it's very important that you make sure that they close. And then we open them up, and that's fine. And that might have been a little generous. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and roll it up. Right. Coming over here with this tool, doing that. Right. And we got a couple more to go. And one more. That got really quiet, didn't it? I'm sorry. I got really into it. I was like, yeah, this is fun. Because I like zoned out last night when I made this design. I put on some YouTube videos and I just zoned out. And I think I just zoned out now. Sorry about that. Now, see, that might be a little bit too long. So guys, if you think it's a little too long, what I do is I will just unroll it slightly. And then I'll just come in here. And I'll just take off a little piece, right? And then we'll just re-roll it. And then that will help make that loop a little bit smaller, because sometimes they can get too big and then they get sloppy, right? Okay, so now we have all of our wraps and doodads. So now we need this one eye pin and this, we're gonna put this together. Now, I did do one side. So I'm gonna attach this side. Because it's just easier that way. Guys, I find that if you do these portions first, actually, let's do the arm first and then we'll attach that, because I find that it's easier to attach the arm to the already loop that's on here rather than make this component and then open the loop. I would rather attach it before there's any beads on it. I just think that's easier for me anyway. I don't know about you guys. So we're going to put these to the side because that is our top portion. And you guys know how I get confused over here. All right, so basically, we are going to be doing 4 of the blue dangles, and then we're only supposed to be doing 3 of these. I have an extra one for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yeah, right, 1, 2, 3, yeah. So it's going to be 7 on this. Now, if you have this smaller one, I'm doing every other. Right? I don't want to, you can do every single one, but if you're going to do every single one, I would suggest using a smaller bead than 4 millimeters. I would even suggest maybe like 8/0s or something like that. Something a little bit, maybe like a 2 millimeter, true 2s or something. And I think like an 8/0, I think I heard along the line that's about the size of an 8/0. So those might work if you want to do every other. Now we're doing every other. If you want to do every one. Now, if you want to do every other, that's what we're doing. So we're doing 7. And I'm going to take this little guy here for a second. And I'm going to put him in the first one because we're skipping that first one, because that first one is going to be our connection point. And I don't want it to have to struggle with a dangle. You know what I mean? Like one, it has a job, that's fine. So I'll lay this down and then see how like, let me bring you down just a little bit. So you can see that. How like these are like every other one is open and facing us. Those are the ones that we're going to be putting the dangles on. We're going to be putting the dangles on all these facing us. Now, preferably, you would like to make sure that you're putting them all on the same side. So this way they lay you know, they lay nicely. Now they do, you know, they are gonna, you know, shake around and do some things, but if you do every other, you will get that nice symmetry. I mean, not every, well, every other, but if you do them on the outside, do them all on the same side, and you will get that little nicer symmetry. Words all of a sudden have become hard. I don't know if I'm experiencing a stroke right now. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm gonna leave you down here a little bit closer because this is gonna be some tedious work. Now, I did bring in my goggles that I'm going to put over top of my already glasses because I'm blind and I need to get new goggles. Guys, I seen them on Amazon and they're not terribly, I'm just cleaning my lenses off. They're not terribly expensive. I want to show you. Bobo chews at the end of my glasses. So this one I had to completely tape up. I probably should tape that one up too. And also my nose thing comes off all the time. I taped that on and then I had to tape this arm on. So guys, these are battle worn. Okay. These have seen some things. Oh, but they got little lights on them. So look like laser beams. Laser beams. I don't know if you can see them, but anyway, I digress. On the Amazon there, I saw they had the, it's like the band and it's got the different, let me put these on and get to work, but it's got the different magnetized lenses so you can like pick. Oh my God, if you could see me right now, I got 2 pairs of glasses on. I don't know if that's working for me. Let me just put the goggles on and take the reading glasses off. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay, sorry about all that. But this is finicky work. All right. So I'm going to get my small. If I say all right one more time, guys, I'm going to start putting $1 in the jar, okay? And somebody's going to get lucky. All right. So I'm going to use, oh, there's $1. Anyway, I'm going to use this. We're going to start off with blue. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this. Now, the first one's kind of easy to put on, right? Because, what's going on here? Okay. The first one's kind of easy to put on because there's really like, you just have to make sure you're putting it on the right one. There's really no direction. It doesn't matter what direction you put this one on because the other ones will have to follow suit. Just make sure you're only putting it on the one. You gotta just hook it in there. See what I'm saying by finicky? Because then this bead, sometimes if the bead is gonna want, I know it's gonna be a problem. Of course, I gotta have 5 million band-aids on my fingers. That's for your protection, my band-aids, my friends. I wear them for you. So you don't have to see the ugliness. What is happening here? That I do to my fingers. All right. I will also hold this down and kind of close it. Like I'll let gravity kind of help me out here and I'll let it hang down. And then what I'll do is I will gently swing it up and make sure that is closed. That seemed like a whole lot, I know. And we have to do that how many more times? 6 more times. All right, now this is where your eye pin or your head pin, whatever, you don't just use a piece of wire here unless you have something on the end, because if you do, chances are this will slide off and then you're going to be sad. So what I like to do is I will hold this down here. Doesn't matter what side. I generally like to use this side, I guess. And I will, sometimes you have to, this is finicky, guys. You probably have a better way to do this than I do. And I will, which side did you go on? Okay. So that's on the other side. Okay. I see what you're doing. All right. And then I will lay this down. Did I put it on the right one? Come on, dude. That's the whole thing. Did I put it on the right one? I did. Okay. There we go. All right. So now you can see that was a lot. So now you can see our next angle is going to go on this one. And we want to make sure we put it here because on that side, because we want them all on the same side. Easier said than done. Let's get to it. So we're just going to take one of our guys. We are going to open him up and make sure you open. You don't want to like all the way open him, but make sure it's open enough that you're going to be easily able to catch that jump ring. Now we can try jump ring, that chain. We can try to catch it on the mat. And that sometimes will work if we're lucky. And just make sure your bead's not sliding off. That's the problem. The bead wants to slide off because that's open and it's small. It's all just so little. All right, so where are we? So we're trying to get onto this guy. That doesn't usually work for me. So what I do is I will just pick this up with the chain, right? And I will find which link I have to go on. So we are going on this one right here, right? And I will try to hold this with my finger long enough, and hopefully I'm dexterous enough to hook this on there on the right side. Okay. Oh, I thought I had it. Did you see that? I got confident. It's hard because, you know, because they're like, you gotta just get it right in that spot on the right side. Oh, I thought I had it. Man, making me look foolish. I think we got this one. Boom. Again, I will hold it upside down. Just let gravity do its work, and then I'll close it. And that pin can sit in there. That pin's not bothering nobody. And then I'll roll it up in my hand and make sure that's completely closed. Okay? Again, we got to lay it down so we can pick it up. We got to lay things down so we can pick them back up. And now my next drop is going to go on this guy. That's going to be a blue one. So again, oh, this is a little bit smaller loop. This is why I told you guys don't make real tiny loops, because if you do, you're going to just be fighting yourself. All right, so I'm going to try to pick this up carefully. And then I'm going to find my next ring, which is going to be this guy. I'm going to carefully pick that up. And the problem is everything is really tiny, right? That's the problem. And if you have to flip it around, flip it around. Again, holding that upside down. I don't want to lose it. Okay. And also make sure that you're not hooking in like other chains or the jump ring from the drop before him. Just try to be mindful of that part. I've done that. Okay, everything is looking good. We're all on the same side. Okay, our next one will be this one. And we have only got 4 more. And you only have to do this 28 times, my friends. 28 times. That's nothing. You can do it. 28 times is cake. All right. So this is the next guy that we're going on. And you can kind of move this chain up here. Kind of keep him out of the way with your other finger. This is when it helps to have be an octopus. Okay. All right. I'm going to hang him upside down like a little bat. Close him up. Okay. And then I will gently make sure. I've just learned the hard way that if you swing it up to close it, that sometimes you might lose it. And this is super tedious, and I don't want to have to, you know, do it over and over again. Once I get it on there, I want it to be on there. All right. So sometimes we just have to let it get itself together. Okay, so our next one will be this one, then this one, and then we have one more, and then our last one is going to be nothing on it like the first one. Okay, so we have one more blue one, another blue one. Yeah, that's right. Okay, open that up. I'm going to pick this up carefully so you can kind of, you don't have to keep, you know. So we know we're going to put on this one. Okay. Sometimes you have to renegotiate. Okay. Find out where that bead is. Okay. So this is our guy. There we go. Okay. And then gently bring him up. Make sure that's closed. Okay. 2 more, my friends. 2 more. Okay. So then our next is this guy. And that is going to be our last Opalite one. Okay. And if I'm breathing heavy, I apologize. This is just real. You just gotta, you just gotta take your time. Oh no. Because it does, I will say, it gets a little bit more when you're starting to run out of chain. It does get a little bit more, not hard, but it does get a little bit more finicky. Because it's hard to hold, it's really hard to hold on to this tiny little piece of 1 inch of chain. Now see, when we're doing like a dangle with a necklace or something like this, or a bigger piece of chain, and not such tiny components, it's not so bad. Guys, it will happen. It will happen. Don't get too frustrated. I think maybe it's open too much. Sometimes I open them too much. I think you just open a little too much. Okay, let's try it. Oh, it stuck to my finger. All right, let's try again. So this is why I say you want to do either a head pin or an eye pin, because if you have a piece of wire, that's just going to slide right off. Kind of defeats the purpose. Okay. And it also gives you a little something to hold on to as leverage as well. I'm just trying to figure out which. Okay. It's this guy here. That's the problem. You're not a problem. I'm just kidding. Now I feel like I closed it too much. See, it wants to close up on itself. It's so easy. It's like it's right there. You guys know I usually use like an eye pin trick, but this chain is just, it's too small. I can't do the eye pin trick. You know, when I do a cluster, you can stick an eye pin in there and then try to get it that way, but this chain is just, it's just too small. Just be patient is my best advice. Yeah, just be patient. It is well worth it, I promise. Sometimes we just have to do little works, right? Little work. All right, so I'm going to take this off because now it's going to be easier for me to put it on the other side. So let me put it on this side. On the last, you want to put that on the last little guy. And then you got to find, what side are we on here? Sometimes you have to lay it down and figure out what side you're working on. All right, so our last guy, you guys can see him. It's right next to the eye pin. So this one's a little tricky too. The first one and the last one I would say are the trickiest. Let me get my meat paws out of the way. I was just trying to straighten stuff out so you guys could see. It's right, this one right here. And that's going to be our last dangle do. And then we can breathe because the rest of this earring is cake. We have done all the hard parts and the rest of it is just going to be easy peasy. All right. So I will hold this like I did the other one. Just making sure everybody's on the right side. And this is the guy. Oh, almost. I guess you could go underneath too, as long as you make sure that you're on the right side. Man, frustrating. It's so frustrating. I'm gonna open it up a little bit more. I know that's pretty big, but I'm getting desperate at this point. Like, I love dangles, but sometimes, like cluster dangles, but this part is the finicky part. Making sure everybody's on the right side. Let's try one more time, guys. I feel like this one is gonna be the, look how much I have that open. Oh no, she was in there. Oh, you suck. Okay. I'm just kidding. I don't mean you really suck. I'm just gonna come in here this way, okay? There's more than one way to skin something. Okay, we are still upside down. Right, letting nature, letting the gravity, nature of gravity just kind of hold that in place for you. Let nature be your friend and help you work. All right, my friends, we did it. Whew. That was a lot of heavy breathing. I know. It was, I felt like that was a tense moment. All right, so now we are ready to go ahead and start assembling. So I am going to open this. And like I said, this is going to be the easier side, right? It's just a matter of finding that extra, the one that we didn't put the bead on. There she is. This can be finicky too, as far as getting everything on the right side, but this is going to be easy. This one's going to be the easier side to do. Okay. Just close that up. And I like to make sure these are nice and closed. Looking good, looking good. If you got to do a little bit of that. Okay. So this, it's going to go this way because see how these are on the outside? These are on the outside. So that's how we want that. We want those to be on the outside. Let me pull you back up a little bit. Now that we're not, I think I was breathing really hard. I do apologize. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to hydrate real quick, my friends, because that was a lot. Okay. So now we're going to assemble this guy. So I'm going to throw on a bead, a spacer. These are just small, cute little spacers. I got a bargain bead box. We're going to put on that guy. And then we're going to put on that guy. Okay. And then we're just going to make a simple loop. And you do, of course, want to go in the same direction as the other loop. This is a very important directional earring. Okay. Just going to chomp that down like we did with the other ones. Again, you don't want a really tiny, tiny loop, guys. You want a decent sized loop. This might be too big, but we can cut that back down if that's too big. The bead cap's trying to pop itself off. I'll just take this little tiny end off here. All right. So now we're going to go and we're going to roll her up. Just like we did the other ones. Okay, just a bigger loop. And that's an ugly loop, my friends. That was ugly. That's okay. Okay, just going to break that neck a little bit, and then I'm going to come in and pretty her up. Okay. Then we make sure those loops are exactly the way they're supposed to be. All right. Okay. This is the outside. So then, so now this is a little bit finicky part, just a little bit. Use one of your scrap metals here and find that extra loop and then find which way. So that's the outside. Okay. So then we are going to want to attach this going this way because that's the outside. So let's open this back up. No, wrong side, Kyle. Okay. All right, so making sure that's on that side, right? Good, good, good. Okay. Again, just a little finicky. Just make sure everything is lined up. And then you can kind of do this. Oh, no, it didn't work. I thought it would work. It didn't. It didn't work, my friends. I'm sure you saw that. I'm sure you saw it didn't work. I thought it was going to be real slick. And, oh yeah, we just slide that right on there, and that slides on there, and then you're good to go. You can use jump rings if you want to use jump rings. I like to challenge myself sometimes and see what I can make without jump rings. We are using some jump rings. Let's not get crazy. We are... Oh, because you know why? Because there's no little loop on this slide. That's why. Look, let's just put a little loop on there. So this way, that doesn't happen again. Okay. Slid right off. I know you guys love hanging out with me, so it's all right that this is taking a little extra longer. I know, it's okay. I did want to tell you guys something, and I totally forgot what it was going to be. All right, so that is that. And let's just go ahead and try to... Dude, come on. I might have opened that too much, too. Let's try to just finesse this guy on here, shall we? Finesse him. I have faith you guys can finesse him on there. I think it's open too. I think you're right. I think it's open too much. We're losing our stuff, my friends. It doesn't look like it's open that much, but oh my goodness, what is going on? I don't feel like it's open that much, but we're having troubles. We're struggling. We're on the struggle bus right now. Maybe I shouldn't have done these stupid bead caps. I mean, you know what I mean. All right, guys, we're going to give it this time. I feel like we're going to give it this time. Just need you to hook in there, my friend. Okay. Well, that's okay. Now I'm going to use my tools because now I'm mad. Now I'm mad. I'm going to use my tools because I'm mad. All right. So now we just have to see, where is this one laying? I'm going to make sure those are laying right. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to find the best way to hold this so I don't lose it, because then I'll be really mad. And meanwhile, I'm marking up my... This should not be this hard, my friends. It should not be this hard. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. All right. Now I've got to find that whole little baby loop again. Oh, my goodness. I just need to give myself a break. Hold on. All right, my friends. We're back. I had to take like a little 5-minute break because, friends, just sometimes, you know, when things aren't working out the way you want, and you can feel the frustration building, I do advise sometimes it's okay to walk away for 5 minutes. You know, I got up, I walked away, I stretched my legs, had a couple drinks of coffee, and pet my dog, and I'm feeling a little bit better. So let's continue. Sometimes you just have to, guys. You just have to walk away. All right, I'm going to try to approach this as a different beast. I've had some time to think and reflect about what it is that I'm probably, and I used the wrong, I put it on the wrong pin. I put it on the pin that doesn't have the little stopper. That's okay. All right, and we're going to try to finesse this on here somehow. Come on. No. There we go. Did I do it? No, it's not the right one, is it? Please be the right one. No, guys, it's not the right one. I almost had it. There we go. Okay, maybe that's what I should have been doing, just holding it like that. Anyway, that was a lot. I hope it's going in the right direction. At this point, I don't care what direction it's going in. Let's see what we got. No. It is going in the opposite direction. Yay! It worked out, my friends. Listen, okay? Who doubted me? Which one of you were doubting me? All right, let's move on. That was tense. Sorry, this is where our jump rings come in handy. Now, is that 4 millimeter jump ring, or did I grab? No, I guess it is. Okay, so the 4 millimeter jump ring is going to go down here at the bottom, and then the 6 millimeter jump ring is going to go at the top. And now we're going to have our thing here, and this shouldn't be too hard. I say that now. It's just a matter of finding this little extra dude here. First, let's open our, let's make sure our jump ring is ready to go. That's the most important thing. Jump ring looks ready to rock and roll. Okay. So let's make sure we're holding this right. Okay, so they are both on the outside. And now we just gotta find this guy here, this little ring here, but try not to hook. See how don't hook that guy in there. And if you do, just take him out, it's fine. But we just want this little single chain, piece of chain that doesn't have anything on it, that I can barely see. Oh my God, where are you? It shouldn't be this difficult, friends. I'm having major eyesight issues. There we go. Whew, okay. But this is important here. This part is very important. That we are making sure we are connecting this portion. There she is. We're making sure we're connecting this portion. Just go on there, my friend. What is the problem? Oh my God, what is the problem? I'm trying not to get this one off of its jump ring, or its piece of chain. It's like right there. It just won't, refuses. It refuses to hook itself. Go in. Okay. Okay, and now we're just going to go ahead and attach our dangle. At this point, I don't care if it's the front or the back. I just want to put it on there, and I just want to get over it. I don't know why I do this to myself. I pick these projects that I know I'm going to struggle with filming. It's not that it's a hard project, my friends. It's not. It's a whole different beast when you're filming something like this, right? Because I'm trying to make sure I'm doing it in a way that you guys can see it, but also that I can see it. Because if I can see it and you can't see it, then it's not very helpful. But if I can't see it, then that's not helpful either. So there we go. And this will look a little finicky at first, but this is what we'll have, right? Our dangles are on the outside like we wanted them. And now we'll work on the top portion. And this is actually very easy. So since we ended and we started with the blue bead, we're going to start our chain at the top with the white bead, because that's kind of how I roll. I like that symmetry. I like the color, kind of like, you know, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, and then just going up there. I enjoy that. Right, so this is going to be real simple. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to open jump rings, right? And we're going to attach them. Just make sure that you're attaching this one, or not jump rings, rather, eye pins. Make sure you're attaching it above that other one, okay? You don't want to put him in the wrong spot. And then we're going to do one of these blue ones. Oh, we didn't do our, remember, this has to be, oh wait, is this the one? Yeah. Where are the other pliers? This has to be one up and one down, my friends. One up and one down. Okay, they're straight. Now we're just going to go ahead and do our little plier trick. We do our cross right there. That's what that looks like. Okay, and one is up and one is down. That's very important in this project. And it doesn't matter which one you put on this guy, because the other one will, it doesn't matter. Just pick a side. Put one of these sides on here, on the white one. And then this way, when we bring this up, this one will be going this way, so we can just feed our jump ring right through there, and that'll hang beautifully. So if you didn't want to do that, you could also add another, one of these sections there, and then that would be a proper placement. But to me, that was just too long of an earring, I thought. So it's just easier to, oh shoot, it's just easier to sometimes just change the direction of your loop, right? So you don't have to add any jump rings or any nonsense. Okay, and like I said, it doesn't matter what side you pick. And just go ahead and close that. Okay. And that's about it. Now we just have to connect our ear wire, which is simple. So we're just going to put these up here and see how these are going nicely, and they're the same. And then we're just going to take our and go right through there. Now I will tell you guys, I tried this top part with a 4mm jump ring and it didn't sit nicely. So I would advise to use a 6mm jump ring. I think it sits a little nicer. Because it's just a little bit bigger, right? Just a little bit bigger. So now we can go ahead and pick these up. Make sure when you're picking them up, you're not like twisting the, oh no. Oh no. Make sure you're not twisting them up. What is going on, Carl? Okay. So like kind of, okay, that goes that way. Right through. And then find this guy. Make sure he's going the way he's supposed to go. Right through. So that's what you have. And then you will add your ear wire. I chose to go with a lever back style ear wire for this one because I thought it's just really pretty. I thought it was pretty symmetry. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close, and we are, oh my god, we did it, my friends, and now I get to go watch General Hospital. Usually I do watch General Hospital first and then I do videos, but then I'm up editing them, so I figured, well, I can edit them while I'm watching General Hospital so that by the time General Hospital is over I can just come in my room and make more jewelry. My videos will have already been edited or uploaded and edited, whatever. So I'm just trying to shake them out so they're all looking jazzy. Look how pretty they are. I swear they're on the right side. I just have to... These should be real fun to take pictures of, my friends. Real fun. I hope you enjoyed them. Again, I hope that if you make these earrings, these ones on the top are on the right side, but they keep just getting underneath. I don't know what their problem is. Anyway, I hope if you guys make these earrings, and you do it with the green crystals, if we're friends on Facebook, if we're not, send me a friend request. Yeah, and I will. You don't have to tag me in the picture if you don't want. You can just send it to me in Messenger. That's fine too. I just want to see what that looks like if you guys choose to do that. But yeah. So my friends, until next time, I'm going to go watch General Hospital and have myself the rest of my coffee, and I will be back soon. I have a lot of fun projects for us. But until then, my friends, please keep taking care of yourselves, tooting your horns and doing all the things. And of course, as always, keep planting those magical beans, my friends. Sending you so much love and hugs. Till next time. Bye. Oh, guys, actually, I'm glad I caught myself. If you've stayed tuned this long, I'm going to attach another video to the end of this one. It's just a real quick 1-minute video that's just super cute, and I hope it makes you smile. Yeah, so stay tuned for a little short video to follow this one. Okay, guys, I'm leaving now, I promise. But not forever. I'll be back. Okay, love you. Bye. Hi, friends. Just your bestie call here. We're at Culver's. I'm on a lunch date with my favorite Forever Valentine and my Forever lunch date and all the things. And so I just want to show you guys, hold on, my beautiful, amazing Miss Joan Dice. And I want to show you guys, do these jewelries look familiar? So I love them. Do you love, and they look so good with this top. I love. Thank you for being my model, Joni. But Joni and I she was my inspiration on the half-baked ideas, guys, so it's only fitting that Joni gets the first ever half-baked piece, and also it's rainbows and sunshine. And I almost just made her cry because I said that she is my rainbows and she is my sunshine, and so it's only fitting. So anyway, I just wanted to say, I'm going to put this in one of my videos, but I just wanted to say hi for me and Joni. Joni, wait.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.